All right. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Excited to be here. We are going to be going over things for Etsy today, Q&A. We also have some exciting things happening in platform that I'll go over. But I wanted to make sure to get your Etsy questions answered. You have submitted them over on Instagram and in our Facebook group. Let's see here. I'll be pulling it up, but of course, if you would like me to look at your shop, definitely put this in the chat as well. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can jump into things. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Okay, let me grab it on Instagram here. Okay, we have someone on Instagram who is begging for our Pinterest strategy. Now I want to share my screen and show you something that we did just cover related to Pinterest. Pinterest really could be and should be one of the highest traffic sources for you. And we have an amazing, I'm not going to give it away, but we have an amazing, really workshop plan for May that is going to be talking about all the ways to drive traffic in 2025 and really how to blow your shop up without ads and specifically with organic traffic. And now Pinterest is a big component of this. So there is a workshop coming for this then, but I want to show you something specifically with traffic. I'm going to show you my own traffic specifically, and let me do a custom time frame. I'll share my screen in a second. And we'll give you a full look at traffic here. Okay. All right. So when it comes to traffic, here's an example of a couple years of traffic for my shop. And you can see here, Pinterest drove a significant volume of traffic. So when you look at, 412,000 visits, that is actually very significant. That's, for these specific years, social media drove 18% of traffic, with Pinterest driving 16% of visits to the site during this time. So 16% of traffic coming from Pinterest. And this is extremely profitable traffic because it was really going to my most profitable, highest average order value listings. Okay. We have some questions here. Yeah, so Pinterest should be a huge driver for you. But I wanted to show you, before we jump into more questions, some things we have coming up here. Okay, so if you are not familiar, this is my course platform, and we have coaching calls. Actually, there's about 9 or 10 a week. And this is the full deck of all the calls. I just want to also share some of the huge value that we provide in this platform because it is nonstop. The value that we have here, it is you are getting 5 calls a week. And last week, if we look at the past, we actually had a specific call that was dedicated to Pinterest. So last, was it 10 days ago, roughly? It's about 10 days ago, we had a call all about Pinterest, but also social media posts for people who are beginners to social media. Okay, so these are all of our coaching calls. You can come on, they're like office hours. You can come on and ask questions. We also had a trend strategy workshop on Saturday with the amazing Coach Candace. So the calls are with me and our coaching team. And you can see the upcoming calls if you are available. We have one today at 12 with Coach Kristen, and this is general Q&A. We have one at 4 with Coach Sam, and that's general Q&A. We have one at 4:30 with Natalia for general Q&A. We have one at 5 o'clock today with Coach Shannon for general Q&A. We have a mindset webinar for you tomorrow. It's like a workshop really focused on your mindset. And then we have coach training because we train our coaches every week. We do a training. I do that with them, and we're collaborating behind the scenes on everyone's shops. And then Thursday, there's another coaching call tomorrow at 11 a.m. And then Friday, I have a coaching call at 9 a.m. for you. Saturday, we have a digital products coaching call at 5 o'clock. And then Sunday, we have a design workshop with Kittle, who we are now partners with, and that is at 12 o'clock. And then Monday, I have our inner circle calls. Okay, so these calls are always available to you. And then don't forget, let's say, for example, you can't attend calls. Anyone in our program, even after their coaching expires or they use it up, they still have all the access to all the new call recordings. So even if you're no longer on these calls asking questions, you are still getting full access to all of our new coaching calls. And you guys, this is lifetime access. So there's absolutely no reason that you should not be fully up to speed on Etsy at all times. Okay. And then in our topic library, we have added 4 hours a week to this. So you're constantly getting 4 extra hours of strategy. So right now we have 276 hours of extra strategy. And you can see these are all up to date. They're all dated. So you can see exactly when it was posted. But this is 4 hours of new strategy every week. And everyone has lifetime access to this, even after their coaching time ends. So our goal with this is really to just provide ongoing value for you, value beyond what you could ever get on YouTube, right? So that you just can come to one place for everything you need for Etsy and that it stays completely up to date. We also did post an update as of April on the tariffs. So if you want to stay updated with things with the tariffs, you can see we just posted that. We give you your image templates. We give you all these resources. This is all as recently as 2 days ago, 23 hours ago, 4 days ago, 6 days ago. It's very up to date. Okay, great. All right, so let's start answering some of your other questions. I just wanted to go over that because the value that you receive when you are part of a program like this, it's lifetime and it's ongoing. Okay. I'm going to make this a little bigger. All right, so we have some questions coming through. The main pixel. This is my shop, by the way, Begonia Rose Co. Okay. So this person is tarot decks. What else do we have here? Couple game cards. So it seems like you are doing printable games, printable and digital games. One second. I have to turn on my I have a heated blanket. I don't know if anyone else sits at their desk with a heated blanket. When you work from home and you don't move, you tend to get really cold. So I have to turn that on. All right. So with this one, I would say you are definitely competing with yourself, completely hands down competing with yourself. And you have 118 listings. It looks like most of them, I mean, half of them almost are just the same thing showing up under the same search results. I would say that's a huge issue because it's going to impact your shop's quality score. Why would it impact your shop's quality score? Because with competing with yourself at this level, right, where there's no way that each of these listings can take off and do well, some of these probably aren't even getting any traffic. That is just basically giving you, first of all, low conversion rate and a low click-through rate, and just low traffic on so many listings because there's no way they're going to pack the first full page only with your listings. It's really hurting any new listing that you add to the shop. So let's say you keep adding some new listings or you launch a new category. Well, that new category is automatically going to have lower visibility because of what you've done here with competing with yourself. Um, so yeah, a lot of updates need to be made here. I would also recommend different pricing strategies, but overall with the product mix, high level, like this is a main problem that you've got to solve before getting into any updates with SEO. Like honestly, updating your SEO at this point doesn't even matter at this point. Okay. And that's something as well. When you're working with a coach, a business coach, and I experienced this too I was at it was like a weekend with Alex Hermosi, and there were only 20 of us in the room there, and we had really great quality time to ask questions. And what I thought I wanted to ask, that wasn't the question I needed to solve. I was asking one of the wrong questions. And the insight that he provided really led me down a different path, and it showed me I was focusing on the wrong thing at that time. So when you ask questions to any business mentor or coach, keep in mind that you might you might be not asking the right question, and that's fine, but a good mentor will recognize that and will give you the information that you need, even if you're not asking for that information. Okay. Someone said only one category in my shop does well. How should I target other markets? Curious what your shop's name is. We can definitely jump into it if you put your shop name. This person, Diane Artistry Creations. I'm getting sales for my digital products, but not my print on demand. Put your shop. Okay, you did put your shop. Let's pull this up. I can tell you why. Okay. So what we do, just for perspective in our coaching, is when you start with us, you get a message from us, and it looks, so you can't really see it. It's in the top right corner, that little red dot, and it's a message, and it says, this starts your coaching. Here, feel free to start asking questions, but we ask you to put your shop name in here. Let me show you an example of what this would look like with someone new. Okay, let's say, okay, cool. So when you join, this is what it looks like. It says, this starts your coaching. Here's some things, just disclaimers. We're not CPAs, we're not attorneys. And then we work 7 days a week. So we do work 7 days a week, you guys. And then our goal is within 24 hours. Sometimes it will take longer. And then you're working with 2 to 3 coaches plus myself. And we start with a shop audit. So she just put her shop in, and then we go in and we make you a coaching video, and we show you specifically what to fix. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Your initial coaching video. This is a 27-minute video of this person's shop showing her what to fix. Okay, so that is what we do. These YouTube lives are great, right? But they're not. This isn't like fixing all of your problems. I'm sure you can tell. So this person put in their shop. They said, I'm not getting sales for my digital products, or I am getting sales for digital, not print on demand. Okay, so your digital right now is just these coming soon baby things, right? Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. So this is decent. I would say the beads are going to be very outdated. They are outdated now, but they'll look even more outdated soon. I think this kind of rattan look basket helps make them not look as outdated. And the fact that they're not like whitewashed wood is helpful as well. White beads would look way more outdated than natural colored beads. Just a heads up there. And it's clear it's your designs and your mock-ups and the problem you're solving. You're solving a problem with your digital products. This is the baby announcement. That is the purpose and the utility. But what is the purpose and the utility of this bag? What problem are we solving with that? What problem are we solving with this? Does this have product market fit? Do you see these bags that say mom in huge letters in this type of font? Do you see that doing well anywhere? Is that what moms would actually want to carry? Same thing with this. Who is a profitable customer for this? Are you getting in front of profitable customers? And what is your value proposition? Floral travel bag. Is someone who travels a lot to where they're looking for a travel bag? Are they coming to Etsy for that? Are they buying an open tote without a zipper? Would they travel with a white canvas bag? Or would they be looking for something that has more purpose and utility for travel? This is more beach friendly to me. But again, why would someone spend almost $50 on a beach bag? Is it that they loved this flower so much? What is exactly the value proposition you're offering? So we have a lot of, I would say, my concerns are with your products, the products themselves, the problems they're solving or not solving, your mock-ups, your fonts, your colors, your color combinations, specifically with your print on demand. Honestly, if you are comfortable with creating mock-ups, I would say it might be better for you to do more of that, because we always want to use the framework more, better, new. Is anyone familiar with our framework on that? And this is, I have to give Alex Hermosi credit for this. This is something that they taught us as well. But let me get you that. I'm going to get you this. Let me grab it from our channel here. The whole idea here with more, better, new. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Got it. I'll put it here so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll put it in the chat as well. But this is a framework where it's really how to expand your product mix in a way that scales your revenue. And it's by focusing on doing more of what's working first. And I see what you're doing is you're kind of have something that's working here. It's the digital, but we're not doing more for that purpose, that utility. We're really going into like a completely new product. So you kind of jumped into new, and we find that shops that are, you're trying to get traction and momentum, and you're just focused on new. I'm going to throw new spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, without really exhausting more of what's working. And maybe it's just traffic or favorites. We find that then you just leave a ton of money on the table, and really you never get that snowball of growth because you're not doubling down on what's working. So that's what I would say for this shop specifically. Also, we don't know what you want to be known for. Love that you're a Christian shop, it looks like. We're a Christian company, but I would say, looking at this at the top, this is your most valuable visual real estate. I have no idea what you want to be known for. Okay. All right, let's check out some other questions here. Okay. Do we have Dana Digital? Oh, wow. We had someone who has a shop since January. Custom covers by Angela. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, so you have had a shop since January. We only have 20 sales. Okay. So you're doing the car coaster and notebooks, guest books, journals. So a lot of journals, posters, and car coasters. Okay. So, a couple things here is who is your customer? A good goal if you're a new shop is 100 sales per month in your first few months on average. So, like 3 months in, 300 sales would be a really good goal. Um, and for perspective, if you're like, what could that look like for me? Here's an example of someone who started a shop mid, let's see, it was mid November. December only got 46 sales. The next month, 400 orders. The next month, 360 but 8K revenue, and the next month 8,500 revenue, 489 orders. So a good goal for you right now, like we would like you to be at around 300 orders at this point. I would say right now, like your product mix would definitely benefit from module two's framework for your product mix, about the different listings with different purposes. And we have a certain number of listings and certain number of types of listings. And it's our full framework for that module two. And then in terms of who you are targeting, I'm seeing like graduation gifts and dad stuff. Who is the customer? Are you getting in front of a profitable customer right now? I do think a lot of the designs are good, but also I would say maybe 20% I would probably kind of retire, because it's probably hurting your click-through rate and your conversion rate. And right now, you're so early. You have so many listings. Honestly, this is here. I'll make that smaller here. You have so many listings, 187 in only 20 orders. That's my concern for you. That's a lot of listings for only 20 orders at this point, and we really want to focus on quality over quantity for the purpose of helping your click-through rate, your conversion rate, which really determines your shop quality score. So I would say probably about 30, 40 of the listings could be retired. And then we'd want to help you target really profitable customers. I'm curious where you're getting these ideas from right now. Are you looking on Etsy for your ideas? Are you getting ideas from other shops? If so, we'd want to look outside of Etsy, fully outside of Etsy for product ideas. But yeah, I would say honestly, maybe like 50, 60 of the listings could be retired out. Okay. Let's see here. MS Wooden Things. Oh, this is a good question. Let me pull up Greg's question here. Okay. So laser businesses are by and far like the fastest growing shops that we've worked with. I can show you some examples as well, but by and far the fastest growing shops. Right now, it looks like you have wedding card boxes. You're doing a lot of boxes. I'm curious, and then some name signs. Okay. I would say what you are engraving, the actual boxes themselves, we would be recommending a different look and feel. Okay. A different look and feel. It's a little bit, even like this wood stain color, we would be recommending different color because it's kind of giving, don't take this the wrong way, but it's kind of giving like urn vibes with the shape, the rounded edges, the color, the fonts you're doing. It's kind of giving like urn vibes, if you know what I mean. Okay, you're asking about doubling your pricing in order to give 50% off. That is actually illegal. So you definitely don't want to do that. You can't just double your price in order to make it the same price as you have now at 50% off. That's actually very illegal with the FTC. So you don't want to do that. You do have an earn. I just noticed. That's this is the thing. I'm not surprised you have an earn because the rest of the shop is looking earn vibe. Okay, but yes, you don't want to double your price to give 50% off. We can't do that. You can't just like increase to decrease. It'd be deceptive. So we cannot do that. Does Etsy give priority to items that are on sale? No, they do look at order velocity. They look at, I mean, they would give priority if it's a sale, like a site-wide sale. Yes, like a Mother's Day sale or something. But no, it's not like everything on the first page of search has to be discounted. It's kind of like what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? Do they discount to get to the first page of search? The discount is what increases the order velocity, which then gets them on the first page. The discount itself is not what gets them on the first page. It is what the discount impacts and the effect of the discount that gets them on the first page. But no, a discount alone would not do that. I do see a lot of opportunity with your product mix. Also with, if you're trying to, do the children's market, a lot of this needs to get updated. All of it should get updated. Even colors and things that you're doing, the designs, the shapes, the fonts, would make some recommendations on those. Okay, cool. But you have an extremely profitable tool. Okay. Okay, we've had some questions on how to join our program. Now, our program, in order to get in, like Shelby here, right? She didn't have a shop yet. She wanted to come in and join the program, open the shop with us so that she did it correctly the first time. Here, I'll put the question up here. So she wanted to do things right the first time. She didn't want to take years to try to figure it out or to end up with a shop with a negative shop quality score that then she had to close and open a new one. So a lot of people will start out early. Other people will, they're not seeing results. What are we at? We're in April, right? So between January and now, are you thrilled with your results? Let's see, how many months have we gone through? January, February, March, April. So we're 4 months into the year. In another 4 months, we are going to, you have 4 more months really to be in the swing of really what we see as the ramp up for Q4. Are you on track to be hitting your financial goals for the year? If not, doing more of what you're currently doing won't get you there. So we have other people who come in and they realize I'm really not on track for my goals for Etsy. I see all these other people making a ton of money. Help me get on track. What do I need to do? And they don't want to waste the rest of the year trying to figure it out. So with our program, I'll put the link here. It is by invitation only. You cannot just sign up for this because we really want to work with people who are ready to see results and who are ready to take action. So the type of people who we don't want to bring in here are people who are complacent, who feel like, I'm kind of okay with how things are, or they think that, they think that, 20 sales in 6 months is really good, things like that. So we want to work with people who are really ready to see different results and to trust our process more than they trust their own. Okay. So I put the link. Let me see if this is working. My chat box just died, but okay, you can kind of see it. Okay. So this is where you can book. It's a free call. It looks like this. You pick a time, and then the call is with myself or someone on my team. We do have, oh my goodness, probably close to 40 people in the company right now, which is wild. But about half of that is really centered around supporting you. Okay. And we have client success team. We have our account managers, which is all about helping you really get plugged in to see results. So this is, you'll just enter a few things, your shop link, your revenue goal. We don't work with people who want to make less than 5,000 to 10,000. We want to make sure you at least have that ambition minimum. Okay. If you're just trying to make a couple $100, is it really a business or is it just a hobby that kind of hopefully pays for itself? We want to work with people who want this to be a business and who are ready to take action. So if you've been thinking about Etsy and thinking about improving your shop for, 6 months, and you're at the point where you're still not ready to like make a change, don't book a call. We only want to really work with people who are ready to make a change. Um, I found, and I'll show you why. Let me show you. I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes. Okay. I have found if people are not, what's the word? If they're not action takers, let me show you something. So this is on the back end. It's actually kind of interesting. So I can see everyone's progress in the program, and I can see how often they log in. I can see which lessons they do, which lessons they don't do. Um, I can see when they signed up, how many questions they're asking, how engaged they are. We actually have a score for each person with how engaged they are on our client success side. And this is very interesting. And I want to show you this for a specific reason, because it will explain a couple things. It'll explain, first of all, what success takes, and it will explain who this is not for. So as you can see, we've scrolled back quite a ways. Okay, and right now, I'm hiding some names here because I don't want you to like stalk these people. But you can see the progress in the program and when people started and when they last logged in. Okay, so we have people who did like 7% of the program. They last logged in 6 months ago. Do we really think they are seeing 100% of the results? I wouldn't expect these people to see any results at this point, right? If you've listened to 7% of the program and you aren't even active, I would expect no change in your stats. Okay. Here's another, this is also fascinating. I've actually never gone back this far, but there are people who've done 0% of the program and they last logged in 9 months ago, 4 months ago, 1 month ago, 11 months ago. Do we think they're seeing any results? Absolutely not. So we cannot afford to let people into our program who won't do the work, right? We cannot allow it. So that's why we have a call with you here. You just pick a time that works for you. It's a free call, you guys, completely free. But results matter. Results matter. And someone asked, is it affordable? If you have a budget to work with, let us know what that is. And we can come up with some kind of unique, even monthly payment plan or something like that for you to make it affordable for your budget. Okay. So this is really important. I cannot stress, even as a business owner on this side, you guys, I cannot stress how important results are and how people like this will never see results. So if you are someone who you say you want to see change on Etsy, you say you want to see improvement, you say you've been thinking about getting help for months and months and months, and then you do something like this, like you enroll in a coaching program and you don't log in, like that's a huge problem. So we can't allow that, because ultimately your results are why people want to do this. Okay. Amazing. So I hope this gave you some insight, by the way, as to why we are protective about who we work with. And if you're at the point where you're just like, oh, I've always been thinking about improving the shop, and you've been thinking about it for months and months and months, okay, having this call with us, it's not going to change anything. If you are the type of person just not to take action, like you would do a program and then do something like this, I would just shut the shop down, to be honest. And I know that sounds harsh, but if you want to have a business, either if you say you want to have a business, do it. If you don't care about making money, then treat it how you're treating it. But pick a side here. Like, what is Etsy going to be for you? Is it going to be an expensive hobby, or are you going to make it a business? And you've got to pick a side. Otherwise, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your time? It's valuable. Your time is valuable. And I tell people, like, you could be driving Uber. You could be absolutely driving Uber or doing Uber Eats or like grocery pickup for people, making money. If you're not willing to put in the work with this, but you still want to make some money, like go make a quick buck doing Uber or something. And if you have any questions about that, about the program, you can always go to our website and just click contact and then ask questions here. But the best way to learn more is just to schedule a free call because we have to update that link. But this is where we can really take you through the steps, and then we can look at your shop and show you exactly what needs to change, why things aren't working. And the resources, I have to say, like the resources here, it's so much that there's no way, first of all, that you'd get through the resources we have. It would take years probably to use all the support we provide you with, but we give it to you in a way where it's really easily categorized. So yes, there's a course, but we also have a level up series where we invite everyone, whether you are currently in coaching or whether it's expired. We go through time management, accountability, e-commerce news. So every week we have a call to really help keep you on track. Okay. So I hope this is helpful to you. We try to provide, and this is for every single person, whether they are actively in coaching or whether they were in coaching 2 years ago. They all have access to join these. So there's no reason that you should fall off the wagon if you are willing to use the help that's in front of you. And if you're like, oh, my coaching expired and I don't have coaching right now, and I was in coaching a year ago and I still want to tune things up, well, then you have our 276-hour topic library where we provide updated new strategies on any topic that's requested. And this is every single week. There's 4 hours of new strategy. And then you have all of our live call recordings. So even after your time in coaching, I encourage you to watch every single coaching call. This will keep you up to date because they're asking the same questions that you would have. Okay. And the reason we did this, people ask, why are you providing so much? It's because I want to make it so that failure is not an option as long as you are willing to use us. Right? If you are not thrilled with your results yet, right? And you're still in coaching, let us know. We can add you to more calls if needed. If your coaching is over and you're like, oh, I haven't quite hit my goal yet. Well, lucky for you, you can still join every single coaching call right after it happens. You're just catching the recording, and the people on the calls, I've done, oh my goodness, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of coaching calls at this point. It's the same types of questions, different shop, different product mix, same types of questions. So just apply it to your shop. So you have lifetime access to all of that. Yeah, someone asked, I live in Europe. Should I specify the call time in European time? You can pick your time zone on here so that you can see what time zone you're booking it in. Yeah. So I hope this kind of makes sense. We really want to make this, as impossible as impossible as possible to not see results, as long as you're willing to show up and learn from the feedback, even the feedback we give other people. Okay. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos in here. You get, someone asked, how many coaching calls do you get? You get 260 coaching calls. Okay. And then outside of this, by the way, I haven't even covered the one-on-one. I heard someone say it's not really private coaching or something. Let me show you what this looks like. Okay. Here's an example of what it looks like. So you have 2 to 3 coaches plus me, and this is all private. So it's all private. So I have visibility on this. I'm giving input. And then you have 2 to 3 coaches assigned to you. Now, why is it not only one coach? I've been asked that as well. This is because sometimes people get sick. I had actually 4 coaches out, 1 in the hospital last week. Yeah. So I, as a business owner, right, fulfilling on our services, we have to be able to provide you with your services, even if someone is sick. And I obviously that's out of my control. So that's why we have 2 or 3 coaches plus myself assigned to each person. This is also helpful in case there's a holiday or like if one of our coaches, like their kid is having a birthday party and you are waiting on an answer. I don't want that coach to miss their birthday party with their 5-year-old because, you know, we need to get you an answer. So I hope that makes sense as well. 2 to 3 coaches plus myself, and I think it's also beneficial to have um, multiple perspectives on your shop. Or sometimes you'll want different ideas. Like sometimes you'd want like a graphic design expert to weigh in on something, and then you'd want someone who's really great with technical laser setups to weigh in on something. So you have a really well-rounded team around you. And the coaching videos, it's all private. So like this person asked a question, and then we are making you these coaching videos showing you specifically what to fix. Oh, this is so interesting. Someone said, do you work within the UK market? Everything seems to be aimed at the US. They only have one sale. Yes, actually, we work with clients in 35 countries, and a huge proportion of our coaching team is outside the US, specifically in the UK. One of our coaching leads is actually in the UK. Okay. But yeah, this is an example coaching video.
Hey, Lydia,
So it's a 21-minute video, right? All about your shop and your listings. And we're talking you through changes to make, and you can ask these questions every single day. Okay. Someone asked, do you have videos on your channel that you would recommend for writing Etsy descriptions? No, that would all be part of the course. I actually have a whole video if anyone wants to know what is the difference between our coaching program and our course and YouTube. We have a whole video. It's like 8 minutes maybe breaking that down. Let me get that to you. I can actually put it in the chat. Here we go. Okay. I have a new one that I just made. I'm going to give it to you. Okay. The difference between YouTube and the course. I just put it right here. Okay, so go ahead and click on that. And this is what it looks like. It's, let's see, 12 minutes. And it takes you through the entire difference between the course and YouTube. So you can see what YouTube has on it versus what the course has on it. They're completely different, I would say. Someone asked, if you're running the shop with a partner, can you do the course together? Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, you definitely can. I'm going to put the link to book a call here as well. Looks like some of you are wanting to chat more about this. Yeah, so this link I just put in the chat, the Loom video, that is all about the difference between YouTube and the course. If anyone says, this is actually really important. If anyone says that the course is like watching YouTube videos, I can guarantee 100% that they did not do the course. Because they are just completely different things. And this video, it's a 12-minute video, it highlights just the vast difference of these things. And that is why, actually, let me show you, that is why we have people who are like, again, to make sure her question is unread. Okay, that is why we have people like Melissa who've watched the YouTube videos for months, like many, many, many months. Let's see here. So she watched the YouTube videos for months. She got to $117 per month, and then she joined the program in September 9th. And then by this date, so what is it? November, you can't see it very well. November 1st, so 7 weeks later, she recouped the full investment in profit. Um, and the most that Etsy had ever deposited into her bank account was $117 in a month, and she just shares this program works. And then this is something else she said. She shared this up here. She made like 15 grand the next month. But she shared, I was so nervous. Where is this? I was so nervous, here it is, to sign up because I didn't know if I could get the same info for free searching around the internet. But the second I logged into the platform, I knew it was exactly what I needed. The value this platform offers is beyond my wildest dreams. So yes, it's very different. Thanks. Mia's in the program. She says, I can confirm the course videos are nothing like the YouTube videos. Yeah. Who are the other people doing coaching calls? So our coaching team is on our website. These are highly, highly vetted coaches, and I've been working with them for a very long time. They are subject matter experts in so many different areas, even beyond my expertise, right? So we have graphic designers. Here, I'll show you who they are. And they actually spoke at our summit. So if you were at our summit, as well. They travel with us and speak on stage, and they're incredible. They are geniuses, and they are fantastic communicators. Here's our summit. So we had them speaking at our summit as well. So if you click on it, you can actually see, like, Coach Natalia. She is a genius. She's actually a genius. She leads our coaching team, and she's amazing. And yeah, so insightful, so incredible. And every coach is highly vetted. We have a rigorous process for selection and in interviewing and really making sure that the advice that they would give is exactly in line with what I would say too. So strong alignment. And then on the back end, by the way, I am working with coaches every single day. So we are collaborating. We have threads going for each client. Okay. And we're collaborating on the recommendations together for that client. Okay. So most of our coaches, also Etsy's the priority, but they'll also sell on other platforms. They'll get into wholesale and, yeah, they'll get into wholesale, they'll get into Faire, they'll get into Amazon, Walmart, other platforms as well, and marketplaces. So not only experts on Etsy, Shopify as well, of course. Okay, we have another person. Yes, awesome. The course and YouTube videos are very different. It's like the tip of the iceberg, or maybe not even, but I like watching both. Thank you. Yes, I'm so glad that you can really verify that. Completely different. Completely different. Oh, Yadira. Yeah, she is awesome. Isn't she amazing? Yeah, Natalia is amazing. So our coaches are incredible. They care so much. I mean, they're just like living, eating, breathing Etsy and coaching. And our team is right here. We have to update this, I believe, still, but yeah, so we are full support. And they put so many hours into this for you guys. Okay. Amazing. All right. So I hope this was helpful to give some insight on what the difference is. Thank you guys for sharing your feedback too when you're in the program, because there are people who, people say they think it's the same thing. It just means there's no chance that they've done the program. And if you feel like you need coaching and maybe your coaching expired, you can just schedule a normal call with us. By the way, I saw a question about that. And you can schedule a normal call with us and we can take you through coaching options. Okay. This person asked, I have a shop I started 2 months ago, started taking it more seriously this past week. What are the most important things to focus on at this point? If you don't have sales, I would say turning around a negative shop quality score is going to be a big focus for you. Getting the right product mix that's targeting the right customers. You might have not started with a customer in mind. If so, I would say wipe it, start with a clean slate, focus on the customer first, and then build the product mix for them. Is the 3.8% conversion rate in the last month for a new shop okay? I would say it's not terrible, but it depends on what your price points are. So if your price points are like under $10, that's actually a really bad conversion rate. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, if you have any questions, just reach out. Would love to talk to you on a call if you're thinking about getting help. And then if you are in the program, I will see you very soon. We have like a ton of coaching calls today, but I put mine for Friday because I saw there was an opening there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaching calls today. There's a mindset webinar. If you are in the program, you need a mental reset. Join us tomorrow. If you're at work, just listen in with your earbuds and we want to get you motivated and inspired from that. All right. And we have a coach training tomorrow. Every Thursday we have that. And then more calls this weekend. We are stacked with calls Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pretty much every day we have coaching calls. So, all right, guys. I'll see you guys soon.